A beautiful night for racing in Lebanon, Tennessee, as we welcome you to the new Nashville Superspeedway for the running of the Music City 400. The weather here could not be any more perfect tonight for the second race in the round of 16. If you look at current chase standings, the only driver that could rest easy till the next round is the 24 car CR2 starting in 14th tonight. In qualifying, Caleb Hoffman looked to dominate most of the session until Derek Lewis came and spoiled the party. Hometown kid Caleb Hoffman looked to lead the field of the green tonight here on TNT. So there is some breaking news we need to know that we note. Two chasers, both involved in separate incidents in Friday's sessions, practice session. The 17 got some radiator damage coming on to pit road, and the 5 smacked the wall coming off turn 2. Another thing to note as well is that this track is probably going to be one groove tonight. So on the start, you're going to price heel, hopefully a little bit of give, a little bit of take. The only way which could lead the possibility of an incident in turn 1. And if you're one of these chasers, a new racetrack like this, you're on pins and needles right now. Anyways, let's look at your starting lineup tonight. Row 1, we got the Target White Chevrolet and the Eris Internet Toyota. Row 2, we have the FedEx Express Toyota and the Haas AutoNation Monster Energy Chevrolet. Row 3, we got the Mobile One Chevrolet and the Advocare Ford. Row 4, we got the Lilly Diabetes Ford and the Autotrader.com Ford. Rounding out the top 10 starting spots, we have the Dow Chemical Chevrolet and the M&M 75th Anniversary Toyota. Starting tonight from row 6, we have the Busch Beer Chevrolet and the McDonald's Mac-Tonight Chevrolet. Taking the green flag tonight from row number 7, we have the Caterpillar Chevrolet and the Sun Energy One Chevrolet. Row 8, we got Hendrick Motorsports Teammates. We got the Nationwide Chevrolet and the Lowe's Home Improvement Chevrolet. Row 9, we got the Menards Chevrolet and the Motorcraft Ford. Row 10, we got the Dollar General Toyota and the Nature's Bakery Chevrolet. This car will be going to a backup car because it was involved in that wreck Friday with the 17. So we have the Smithfield Ford and the Furniture Row Chevrolet. While we look for the remainder of this field, let's see if we can mic up Jacob Tube. Let's see if we can mic up Caleb Hoffman. Hey, Caleb Hoffman, this is Wally Dolan back in the TNT booth. You got us? Yeah, Wally. Back home in Tennessee, man. Man, you're in pretty good at Bristol. Unfortunately, some latent accidents kind of caught you guys off guard. What is your approach to tonight's race with it being a new surface? Right now, I cut a deal with the 42. Hopefully, he's going to let us in and go into the green turn 1 because of how tight and how one groove this place will be, especially at the restarts with everybody trying to get down into the same lane and sharing the same spot on the racetrack. Our Eris Internet Modems Toyota, hopefully we could get away ahead of the 42. Hopefully he gets a good enough of a start, and the 11 lets me in on the bottom that we can get down there without any issues. Hopefully we can put this thing in victory lane, get us a free Gibson guitar, and not have to worry about Dover.
10-4.
You'll do good tonight, my man. All right, thanks, Wally. Remember, after Dover, 4 drivers are going to be done. The drivers with Derek Lewis qualifying so high and winning the pole this afternoon for tonight's race. Ace down in Nashville, here in Nashville. It makes it a little easier. And if you're somebody who's starting mid-pack, like the 18, or if you're somebody like Brendan Little, who had a pretty good, needed a good qualifying run, if you're somebody like the 14 as well, or somebody like the 20 or the 88, starting mid-pack, it's going to be pretty dangerous and pretty tight on the start because you don't know if somebody's going to dive bomb you in turn 1 and make your night even harder. Race menu tonight. We got 15 laps tonight, making up the 400-mile distance. $34 cars, just as like always. And if we look to our 6 HD onboard cameras, well, 4K HD onboard cameras this weekend, sponsored by Roku streaming service. You got Derek Lewis with the Target on board. Jacob Tube, he won New Hampshire on Sun last week. He's got the Sun Energy 1 on board. Menard's Cup Series has got the Richmond Water Heaters on board. Hunter Miller, who had to take a provisional today due to inspection issues, he has the Farmers Insurance on board. Caleb Hoffman has got the Eris Internet on board. And Hunter Rizzoni has the Monster Energy on board. Just a brief reminder for you guys. If you want to watch the broadcast of this race in Spanish tonight, you can check your local listings, since this race will be simulcast on some Telemundo stations, or you can press the SAP button on your remote to view this race in Spanish. You can also go on NASCAR.com or the NBC Sports app and watch the Spanish stream of this race. Well, this race is going to be probably one of the biggest unknowns all year. Don't know how this track is going to handle. We don't know who's going to be doing what on lap 1. Don't know who's going to be cutting each other brakes. Things like that. It's going to be a pretty entertaining start. Derek Lewis is taking the bottom lane as they come to the line. And the green flag is out tonight here at Nashville. Wow, the 16 got a horrible start, and we got some trouble already. And it is a chaser. Dylan Murway has gone around. The 31 is also in this. Not even as we complete the green flag, already we got a crash. The 88 of Apollo Moon is involved. The 4 of Dylan Murway, he's driving through the grass. He's going to whip it around and bring it to pit road. The 31 with some damage as well. He is going to be doing the same. Lap 1. Brendan Little just got in the radio, told his crew chief it would not get out of second gear, boys. Would not get out of second gear at all. Please apologize to the guys who wrecked as much as you can. See, Jonathan Morrison None too pleased with the 16 for what he did. The 88 is going to bring his car to the garage. And tonight, and next week has just gotten much more stressful for the 88 team. Stopping it out, please. See the 31 down pit road. Basically, the 16 couldn't really go all that well, and two more stressful situations. Not as stressful for the 4, Dylan Murway. He's got some points to his advantage. Currently he is second highest in driver points in the chase as they run. He's got a little bit of a cushion on the cutoff unless more problems were to arise tonight for the 4 team. Lap number 1, we have our first accident. The 31, the one car with some pretty heavy damage to his machine. See the 88 briefly caught on fire there. Well, one chaser is behind the wall and is standing by with Dave Mearns. He didn't have much of a warning there, Paul. Can you tell us what happened? 16 didn't go. Pretty damn simple. 16 couldn't go. He's didn't take his car to the garage as well. Probably to discuss the transmission issues he had. It just wouldn't go. Seeing the amount of positions he dropped, though, it's kind of concerning. So, hopefully this time we are still on lap 1. We're going to restart on lap 2 here. Hopefully this time around we get a little bit of a cleaner start than what that just was. Alvin Alonso and Hunter Miller and Zox Moon, all 3 of those drivers are going to gain some track position by taking 2 tires on that pit stop. Well, as of right now, Derek Lewis is well in the cutoff zone right now, but well above the cutoff line. He is currently 8th on the list. Just right now. But he's got a race to win. And then, here we go. Attempts 2 at a start this time. We're attempting to complete at least 1 lap. This time the 16 is going to probably take his car behind the wall as well for Brendan Little to maybe look at the transmission issues for him. He is ducked to the garage immediately. Now this time Derek Lewis is still in the inside lane. Not much has changed. Changed there. And green flag's back to the air. Definitely a much better, cleaner start that time by the 42, but the 19 is going to hold even going into turn 1. He's clear. He's cleared him right here. Now we got a little bit of a battle here for Bruin for second between teammates. The 11 of SportsCenter Cup Series and the 19 of Caleb Hoffman. I think Caleb Hoffman, he's just trying to get down to the bottom. See if he can try to put his car down there. See how things work. Is we got a little bit of a issue with the 6. Did not get a good start. Up the racetrack into the 18. 5 bonus points for the 42. And it looks like Peyton Beasley and Joshua Leanbach still haven't settled their issues. Got a battle for second brewing between the 19 and the 11 and possibly for the lead with the 42 in a few moments. Has got a little bit of a bump, playing a little bumper tag. All right. But this is Caleb Hoffman. He has a very aggressive driving style. He's driving right up on the 42. He's going to try to take advantage here cleanly. He does. Maybe to attempt to put him on the outside lane. And keep him up there. He is dropped all the way down to third. As you got the 41 car of Hunter Rizzoni. He has a win at Richmond. He won at Richmond earlier this year. However, due to him being outside the top 16, he is not in the chase. I mean, however, he can still play spoiler if need be. Of these 16 drivers, the guys that do not have the red marker on their nameplate and the blue spoiler, the guys that do not have the red marker on their cars, they can play spoiler. As you see right here, the 41 is currently holding up both the 24 and the 3, but of course, same time, Jacob Tube, even though he won last Sunday at New Hampshire, he can get another win and make it really interesting come next Sunday at Dover. With everybody, the rest of these drivers trying to fight for some spots is trouble. We got one going in the tri-oval. That is the 10. No caution, looks like. I don't think there is caution. Yep, and yellow. 21 just swiped you, bud. You all right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Went for quite a slide there, too. I'm fine. The spoiler's all messed up. Now, it looked like as these guys were coming off turn 4, all of them were battling pretty hard for guessing a spot on the bottom. The 18, he did get loose. He pushed towards the outside. He gets up, hits the wall, which the 21 tries to move left to avoid, doesn't see the 10. Around he goes, and then the 10 just loses control. And the nose of the car digs in right here. Due to the splitters being so low on the track that an innocent spin could destroy your car. Just flat hit him. Nose dug in. Which means the 10 of Blake Dillon, his night is done. And by the way, the 4 of Dylan Murway, who is part of the first lap ruckus, has decided to gain a little bit of track position. He took fuel only on that stop. Him and a few others. The 5 and was one of them. The 27 took 2 tires. So did the 78 and the 24. So this means we got a pretty odd restart. The leader, Caleb Hoffman, he came into the pits first. But he comes out 8th. The driver who did come out first, however, on this restart, was the 2 of Robert Smith. Now, with how mixed up this restart is, this does not look too good. With some drivers reportedly staying out and got guys that have 4 fresh tires, I expect some of the top 5 to just get run over. Hey. And the 1 of Grayson Alcevdo has gotten the free pass. We are currently at the halfway point of this race. And while we're here, let's take a look at the tickets at our next race. Dover International Speedway. The 1 mile nightmare. The Monster Mile. Probably one of the most nerve-wracking races of the season. And it's one of the scariest, too. Dover International Speedway. The 1 mile concrete canyon. One of these, home to the famous Miles the Monster. A person that causes fear in every driver's mind once they get into this racetrack race morning. For the chase drivers, this race is a nightmare if they have not moved on to the round of 12. After this race, who will be the 12 that move on to Talladega Superspeedway? And who will be the 4 that are going to have their hopes crushed and their fate looking crystal clear at the Checkered Flag Sunday? Dover National Speedway, coverage beginning at 12 p.m. Eastern on NBC Sports. With the Discover Car countdown to green, and then at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, the AAA 400 benefiting Autism Speaks, presented by Sun Energy One on NBC. First, we got a race to complete Saturday night. In the meantime, we got Dylan Murway and Hunter Miller on the front row. Menards Cup Series and Eric Gamer in row 2. Jacob Tubin, Robert Smith in row number 3. With the drivers with old tires and you got drivers with new tires, guarantee you somebody will probably get run over. Ready? All rolling. Green. Wow, great. Really bad start that time. Look at the 2 all the way to the outside. Oh, 78 got turned. Into the wall. Gotta wreck. Get low. Oh, God. Got a big wreck. And look at this. Robert Smith with that. Oh, now the 2's got damage. Caleb Hoffman cutting right through the middle lane, making it 3 wide for 4th. And we got a crazy battle up front for the lead. We got Menards Cup Series trying to look to the inside. Again, just because these drivers do not have, the 27 is not in the chase, does not mean he can't play spoiler. Joseph Lombard trying to race the 24 for 5th. Big damage to both the 78 and the 2. We got a crash, turn 3. 2 of them. Oh, Hunter Miller, huge chase implications right here. Into the wall. Hard impact. Low. Get low. All the way. Fair. We're clear. Caution's out. Back down the hill goes the 5. All right. Window net down. We're done. We're done, boys. Pack it up. the move that 2-car made and what a couple of those chasers did by staying out, that's what you have to do sometimes. If you want to advance to the round 12, you have to take those gambles. For the 78 and the 5, unfortunately, it didn't pay off. For the 24, it seems like it did, because he actually held his own pretty well against the rest of the field. Third caution flag of the evening. Window net down, the 5. Huh. It's The Simpsons. Well, now we got another restart, and the 4 has elected to come in for some tires along with the rest of the field. Now this means once we get this wreck cleaned up, the 2 is on pit road. The 78, both of them did have having a discussion. Hopefully they can stay away from each other. '78 is getting repairs done to his machine. The 2 currently is fine with fine right now. And we got really tight race coming off pit road between the 42 and the 19. Once we restart, if there's no more cautions, it could be a battle between one of these 3 cars. And 2 of these drivers could punch their tickets in, and one of them could spoil the party. Well, Derek Lewis is electing to stay out on this restart. Is going to take the inside lane, outside lane this time, kind of a shocker, which means Jacob Tube is now on the inside. '27 to '78 are on pit road. As we look at the rest of the chase after Dover, with the round 16 coming to an end, or the Challenger round, the Contender round with Talladega being the Geico 500 this time, starting at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Then Charlotte, the UAW GM Quality 500, 12 p.m. on NBC. Bowman Gray, probably one of the toughest races all year, or one of the toughest short tracks we race on. could possibly lead with that ending the round of 8. And then you got Texas Saturday afternoon. Coverage will be ending on NBC at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then Phoenix, the final Friday night Cup race of the year, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on TNT. And then Brighton, the final race of the Eliminator round. And then the Championship 4 in Atlanta. Coverage beginning early on NBC. Coverage beginning at noon Eastern. And that is the rest of the year. When we restart this race, we are going to have 4 laps to go. Jacob Tube and Derek Lewis are going to fight for the win. And tonight, another announcement that came through earlier this week regarding qualifying format for next year. It is a group qualifying format for all tracks except the Daytona 500, where they will do the traditional single car qualifying. Las Vegas will be a night race next year. And mostly a few other races during the midsummer have been changed around on the schedule. And 4 laps to go. Green flag. Fresh tires for the 24s allowed him to pull even with the 42 going into turn 1. Joseph Lombard getting shuffled out of the way by the 11. Now it's a 2-car fight for the win. But here comes the 11 of SportsCenter Cup Series banging his way up to 3rd. Off of turn 4, dead even that lap. They actually touched a little bit. The 24 and the 42 did going into turn 1. That didn't look good. I swear these guys are probably going to crash right here coming off the tri-oval. Still there. On you tight. Tight. Bumper, still there. Clear. Jacob Tube out front with the guidance of Eddie DeHunt, his spotter. Don't forget the 19's up there. He's not afraid to mix things up. Don't forget the 42 is going to try to charge in on the bottom. 24 shuts the door. There's his teammate, the lapped car in front. 42 really had to get out of the gas that time, trying not to run into him, which means Caleb Hoffman has just caught the leader. 2 to go. A little bit of lap traffic up front. Got one in the wall backstretch. Looks like the 21, he is out of the racing groove. They do not waive the caution. This is going to be a very intense finish right here in the making. 24 using the 55 as a pick to go all the way downstairs going into 3. Off of turn 4, Jacob 2 will see the white flag here at Nashville Superspeedway. But Caleb Hoffman is hot on his heels going into turn 1. Lap cars really slowed him up there. If he really could get caught here behind the one and his teammate, that might just be it. The 19 to the inside going down the back stretch. 2 cars fighting for the lead and fighting for the win. Off of turn 3 and 4. They touch once. Once, and we got both the leaders have gotten together. Off of 4, both of them. Oh. See, the 24, he's getting boxed in behind the 25. That really allowed the 19 to pull out and pass. Here they come. Off of 4. Caleb Hoffman with a last move. He is going to move himself into the round of 12 tonight at the Contender round here tonight at Nashville, Tennessee. Both cars get together. And they touch. And Caleb Hoffman just barely edges out the 24 in a photo finish. Look at that. Cars getting caught behind each other. We got a wreck. One of them and somebody in the wall in 3. That is the 2. Great job, boys. Hometown win. Finally, man. You did good. Good, buddy. You did good. And Robert Smith has spun and slid to pit road. On off turn 4. Nearly getting clipped by a bunch of cars. But Caleb Hoffman is currently the winner tonight here at Nashville. With a surprisingly quick green flag run, with a little bit of green flag racing at the end, leading to a pretty crazy duel for the win. Oh, yep. You got one around here after the checkers. That's on the back straightaway. Could this have anything to do with the 2, maybe? Who, by the way, has unfortunately finished tonight in the 30th position. Going from a possible top 10 to finishing 30th, and then this happened. Oh, this isn't over. This doesn't look good. Nate Sherman has just drove the 2 up the racetrack. Oh, here we go. And this doesn't look go. Just backed right into the 27 as he was coming by. And he's after him. We're gonna keep an update here on this situation as it builds. But Caleb Hoffman, the Tennessee kid, celebrating with the fans tonight. Things to note: of the 16 men in this chase for the championship, Caleb Hoffman won tonight. Jacob 2 finished second. Derek Lewis finished third. I'm sorry. The 2 car ended up finishing. Brief correction. The 2 car ended up finishing 29th. Sports Center Cup Series finished 4th. Dylan Murway finished 5th. Jonathan Morrison finished 7th. Nate Sherman finished 9th. KFC Cup Series finished 10th. Zach Speed finished 12th. Jonathan Wishard 13th. Alvin Alonso 16th. Eric Gamer 19th. Robert Smith 29th. Apollo Moon 30th. Hunter Miller 33rd. 32nd. And Brendan Little 34th. So as of right now, 2 drivers have punched their tickets and are gaining free rides into the next round of the chase. Jacob Tube with his win Sunday at Loudon, and Caleb Hoffman with his win tonight at Nashville's. We got issues down in the garage. Robert Smith went over to talk to Nate Sherman, but his crew just immediately jumped down and tackled him. We got a fight down here. Looks like officials and other teams nearby the garage are trying to break them up. Huh. And it's not over. The pit crew of the 2 are in a bit of a shoving match with the 48. Officials are trying to pull everybody apart. And that just earned both Robert Smith and Nate Sherman a trip to the hauler post-race. as we Yep. Again, next Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern, coverage of the AAA 400 benefiting Autism Speaks at Dover Nashville Speedway. Probably the biggest nightmare in all of racing. A 1 mile concrete bull ring. After the checkered flag falls that day, 4 drivers will have their dreams smashed. And for drivers that are currently below the cut line, which as of right now are the 588, 2, and the 78 is currently tied with the 17, but with the more top 5s the 78's had than Alvin Alonso, he is currently showing above precedence just by a small 4 points. I'm sure the 78 would love to get a win tonight, or get a win Dover on Sunday. These 4 drivers, Dover is probably going to be the biggest nightmare left in the chase to hopefully advance their season and their run to the championship. In the meantime, congratulations to the 19 of Caleb Hoffman. Remember to tune in on NBC Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern for the running of the AAA 400 benefiting Autism Speaks.